Hi, I'm Paula. Welcome to my studio. Today, I want to paint on this thing that I found on a thrift shop. I think it shows potential and it could be really pretty and fun. So yeah, let's do this.
So I got air dry clay and some foam balls for this project, and I hope it works. Basically, I want to take the clay and create a character to lean on this mini tree stump. I'm going to take the clay and cover this awkward looking mushroom, and I want this part to be the body of my character. At this point in the project, I'm also thinking that I wish I had gotten some clay tools to work with this, but it's okay, I have my fingers. I'm starting to work on the limbs of my character, and I want it to be like a forest creature, so I'm thinking a little mouse. Clay is definitely not my forte, but I remember from a class I took once that you need to score any piece that you want to adhere to the bigger mass. So this is what I'm doing with the little leg. Onto that second leg, and at this point I think I'm doing pretty well for myself, but I was mistaken. I also decided to take my watch off because I was really messing it up. In any case, at this point I had both little legs on, so I decided to start working on the head, and I took my little foam ball and a toothpick because I wanted it to be stable. But the toothpick won't go in because I have that mushroom underneath, and then the ball won't fit onto that little ledge. I got that head on there somehow, but now the head is completely disconnected from the body, which I'm going to try to remedy by adding a little bit more clay. But this isn't really working for me because I believe it's taking from the cuteness of the character I wanted to create and overall just looking so weird. So my solution at this point is to add more clay to the bottom of my character and remove the legs so I can shape it better. I'm trying to smooth things out, but that doesn't really work, so guess what? I end up taking the whole thing out so I can design the character better. And I also figured out that probably the best place to place that little foam ball is actually in the body. Now that's in place, and I'm actually back to the legs, which now I want to place in a different position. And I'm also finally adding its arms. Here comes the other one, and I'm figuring out how much clay I need to remove for the head to be at a size that I like. You would think that I was getting closer, but no. As you can see, I removed all of the limbs again, and I'm trying to reshape them to make them look better. At this point, I think I am doing a better job. I changed the legs to arms, arms to legs. But I was starting to score my pieces and adding them in the proper way, so I think I'm committed now, or happy now, with how things are going. All arms and legs finally on, and it looks like I'm finally polishing the joint between the character's butt and the stump, the literal butt joint. But hey, no, what? Look, what happened? I took the legs out again, and I'm reshaping them again. But I'm going to save you minutes and minutes and minutes, I don't even know, maybe hours of torture, and show you that I ended up finally having the body together. And I was going to add the ears, and it was going to be a mouse. But there's a last minute change to a bunny because I want the floppy ears to cover my mistakes on the sides. At this point, I'm happy enough with it to leave it alone, but I take a closer look and I see that all of my nails are marked in the clay and the texture is really rough, so I take a damp brush and I'm trying to fix it and make it a little bit smoother. The next day is here and my piece is dry, but it's not looking so great because there's holes and separations everywhere. I can see so many mistakes. I decide there's not much I can do now but to cover the whole thing with gesso, so I grab some and I start working, but it's so thick, which of course it was modeling paste, not gesso. Oh well, this is actually perfect for me right now because I can fill all of these gaps, and I found the gesso next to it. I keep filling gaps with this modeling paste. I'm so happy because it's covering everything that I did wrong. And I'm also giving the whole body of the bunny a little bit of a furry texture, which I love. In comes the real gesso, and now I can cover everything with a thick layer of white paint that will make it easier for me to paint on everything. While doing this, I somehow broke the ear, but hey, I have a glue gun and that's a mistake that's easily fixed. Finally, it's time to paint. Oh my god, I was so excited for this part. I'm gonna keep it pretty simple because I know it doesn't look like in this video, but it took me forever to sculpt the little bunny and I just wanted to see it done. So here I am finally mixing paint to cover all of the trunk with, and I'm just gonna do a simple brown for all of it. Oh my gosh, it was so satisfying to just be covering everything with paint. You have no idea. I got so excited with finally being painting that I just did not notice my camera went off for a good while, and I have already covered the bunny and the mushroom. I did it all with pastels. Now I'm applying a second layer. Sorry, I often forget to film things. I apologize. For the inside, I'm just gonna go with black paint. I just poured it right in and just spreading it out with a brush, so calling that done fast. Taking time to cover the edge so it's a nice clean seam, and that is done. Now time for the details. I'm using a little bit of white paint for the paws and its face to give it more dimension. I think this is going to make it a little bit more cute. And I'm using my trusty Poscas to add color to that little mushroom. And I'm also using the Poscas to paint the underneath part of the mushroom that no one sees. And now I finally get to paint a cute little face to my bunny. As I did this, I was thinking maybe what I'll do is put some candy in this thing, call it a candy dish. And our bunny friend here just ate so much candy that he fell asleep against the tree stump. And yeah, that's going to be my little backstory, which I like because I also don't know what else I could do with this little thing other than put candy in it. I've changed my mind about the colors on the mushrooms, so I'm going to go over them with some white Posca so they seem colorful, but not that much. I tried to give my bunny a little side smile, but I ruined it, so I'm covering that up. And I'm also taking a little bit more white paint to give the little ears some highlights. I forgot to mention I gave the whole bunny little dots and lines to make it look as if it's stitched like a little plush bunny. Finally, the last step, which is to protect my creation with a layer of spray varnish. It also made it a little bit more glossy, and I like that because it's similar to the finish that the original piece had. And even though I struggled with the clay because I didn't have the tools, I'm really happy with the result. I think it's cute and it's sweet. But you let me know what you think about this one and what would you like to see next. Have a wonderful day!